While Vibes Cartel was in Jamaica on Friday, he happened to take pictures with two of his baby's mother. The most popular one is Shorty. She has the three sons for him. And Sharika, who is the mother of Adiana. Now, people in the comments, after posting the picture, of course, people in the comments right away said, oh, he's going to leave Sidem now. He's going to get rid of Sidem, send her back to England, and let Shorty come to Miami and throw her out of the house. Get her out of there, and she's going to move in. Guys, while you might want to see two people together, if it was toxic and all that, why would you want to see that? Why would you want to see them back together just because they have a past or they had children together? That woman looked like she has moved on long ago. Yes, Cartel is the one buying cars and houses for her and taking care of her along with the other baby mothers every month or week or however they do this. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, they're going to go back together and he's not going to marry them, or if he doesn't marry them, he's going to marry her, Shorty. We have got to stop this. Majority of us, the men that left us behind or we left behind, we would never want to ever cross paths with them ever again in life. Okay, so stop saying that Cartel is going to come back. She's probably back here by now. Come back here to the U.S. and get rid of CM to move in Shorty just because they took a photograph together. Some people were saying, oh, she was at the hotel last night and they had sex. Okay, fine. Who knows? Anything is possible. It's Vibes Cartel. Okay, so if she wants to be in second place, well, if she wants to be on the side, because that's exactly what she would be, unless, of course, she's going to agree to marry Vibes Cartel and he marries them and they go off and live maybe in another country that permits that kind of relationship happily ever after, But for me to hear the things that people were saying in the comments, that were just carrying on and cursing out other people and saying, yes, he's going to leave them and go back with her. Why? It seems to me if she had an affair while Vibes Cartel was in prison, it doesn't seem as though that man did much for her, because Cartel is the one buying house and car and giving her money and all that. So if there was a man, he wasn't much of a provider, in my opinion. It doesn't seem as though she made a good choice. I could be wrong, mind you. But yeah, I don't get it. If Vibes Cartel is taking care of her, he's supposed to be taking care of the last child, who is under 18 years old. That is how we know it in the U.S. And of course, he can always help out the other children. There's nothing wrong with that, who are over 18, and do for the mothers if he can, because he can afford to do so. But my goodness, stop saying that he's going to move out Saddam, send her back to England, and move in Shorty, or Shorty's going to come up to Miami and put Saddam out. Just because they were seen in a photograph. Are you guys for real? Cartel is happy. Each time you see Cartel, it's only one or two times when he makes Saddam angry, and it happens that, they're on camera. He might he still doesn't have a long face, but he gets serious because he knows that she saw what was taking place and she is serious and not happy about the matter. But as far as we know, he's always happy. She's fun to be with, doesn't seem toxic, doesn't seem as though she's pulling knives and guns and all that to unalive him because she saw him with a woman or a fan. We know Vibes Cartel. He might say he's a one burner, but he's only fooling himself because we're not stupid. We can see and read between the lines. We see what is happening. He's too touchy-feely and lovey-dovey and hands on the backside and all that. He never put hands around the women's shoulder. It's always below their waist. So a leopard, they say, never changes spots. He might have changed from being a bad boy, but he still loves the ladies, and the ladies love him. Maybe not for him based on how he looks today because of his illness, but he has a lot of money. You with a man like that, you probably never have to work ever again until whatever. If you're smart and he gives you money, you can put it into a business. You could better your life. But people, this is short. Yes, it is. I just want everyone to understand. Put yourself in Vibes Cartel and Shorty's shoes. If it was toxic, no good, if she tried to fight him like a man and stab him with ice pick or knife or whatever, how could that be love? How could that be love and crazy about each other and can't wait to see each other now? They took a photograph together and we're going to leave it there. And for the people who kept saying that she slept over at the hotel and they had sex and it's a new day and they had sex last night, well, who are we to say? Anything is possible. But I hope she knows if she does this, no, she's on the side. She's a side chick. Because you heard what Vybz Cartel said. No one, only God maybe, but no one can ever get Sidem out of his life except Sidem herself. So I think you guys need to rethink this whole thing. He'll give Shorty house, car, money, whatever, make sure she's good and comfortable, and all that. But no, stop saying she's coming up to the U.S. to put Sidem out. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And some of these properties that Vybz Cartel have here, he has 3 homes here in the same complex here in Florida. One of those homes, I was told, is in Sidem's name. So get over it, people. Let both people go and live their life in peace. And stop forcing them onto each other. If it's over, it's over. They can still be, you still have to be civil. You have children, You still have kids together. So, yes, you have to communicate and all that. But stop saying that, Sidem is gone. He's going to get rid of Sidem and send her back to England and move in Shorty. What the hell kind of a relationship would that be? Every day stabbing him, every time he sees him take a picture with a fan, because it's worse than before. Yes, he had a bunch of women in a house and he was sexing them all, called what was that called again, ramping shop. Okay, fine, but everywhere Cartel go, you can see there are women there. He comes back to the hotel, there's a bunch of women in the lobby. We saw them out in the islands. Not to say that he gets involved with them, because he has a very level-headed road manager and a manager with him to say, hey man, be careful, people, there will be lawsuits and this and that, and they'll accuse you of raping, and these are smart men, and these men, they, I hope, have his best interests at heart and would not want to see him going down that road and not stop him. Yeah, you can't tell a grown man what to do. Yeah, and after hours, who knows? Who knows what can happen? However, that's just my take on the matter. I already spoke on that whole backstage situation with Joshi and Massacre and how they disrespected Vybz Cartel on the stage. It is what it is. They're young, and as for Joshi, he's just washed up and young and washed up. As a young man, we don't see him on the charts. We don't see him doing shows, just angry and bitter because he comes from a gang. These are the men that when you see them out, they have like 100 men behind him for whatever reason. They have all these guys behind them and they're nothing but trouble. Just trouble. So to disrespect Vybz Cartel, you're disrespecting your own self and making a mess of your career. Yeah, you be careful who you fool with. Okay guys, please subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel, share and like and leave your comments. Have a good evening.